Did you know that over 2.25 billion cups of coffee are enjoyed around the world every day? From the misty mountain farms where dedicated farmers care for their crops, to the refined cups crafted by the skillful hands of baristas, coffee has connected people, cultures, and indescribable emotions in its unique way. Do you like coffee? Coffee has been enjoyed since the 9th century. There are numerous methods to cultivate and process coffee across 50 countries, primarily in regions near the equator in the Americas, Africa, Southeast Asia, and India. Once the coffee cherries ripen, they are harvested, processed in various ways, roasted and brewed with warm water to create the distinctive flavors of each cup. Today, coffee is one of the most popular beverages in the world. In this video, we will explore the history, origins, and development of this beloved drink. The story of coffee begins centuries ago, on the lush green highlands of Ethiopia. It was there that the first coffee beans were discovered by a young goat herder named Kaldi. Kaldi noticed his goats, after eating a certain red fruit, were unusually energetic, frolicking until late into the night. Curious, people tried the fruit themselves, and when they burned the beans over the fire, they released an intoxicating aroma. From that point, people experimented with various ways to process them. This is considered the origin of coffee. Thanks to the skillful hands of Arab traders, coffee began its journey across borders, becoming an integral part of the cultural, religious, and social life of the legendary Middle East. The Ethiopians were among the earliest coffee brewers. They would roast the beans in a large iron pan, grind them finely, mix with sugar, and brew the mixture in a traditional pot. Today, coffee has taken root and flourished in more than 50 countries, spanning tropical and subtropical regions. From the vast lands of Brazil, the diligent farms of Vietnam, to Colombia, Indonesia, and coffee's homeland Ethiopia, each region imparts unique, captivating flavors to coffee, contributing to the distinct identity of each variety. We will explore the two largest coffee-producing countries today: Brazil, known for its Arabica coffee, and Vietnam, famed for its Robusta beans. Have you ever wondered about the journey of a coffee bean? From a tiny seed nurtured by the hard-working hands of farmers, to a ripe cherry on a tall tree, and finally, into the fragrant cup of coffee in your hands? Join me as we explore that journey in Brazil. Brazil, the cradle of Arabica. Coffee, with its vast landscapes and perfect climate for coffee cultivation, Brazil is renowned for producing high-quality Arabica coffee, more than anywhere else in the world. This coffee is typically grown in high-altitude regions, ranging from 1,000 to 2,000 meters above sea level, known for its sweet, delicate flavor and higher value compared to other varieties. Brazil's success in coffee production is largely due to the dedication of its farmers, passionate coffee growers who cherish and focus on the Arabica variety. Most coffee farms are located in mountainous areas, where natural conditions are ideal for growth. Among the many coffee farms spread across the country, Fazenda Santa Inês, located in the heart of Minas Gerais, stands out as one of the most prominent. Here, visitors can experience the incredible journey of coffee, from the cultivation fields to the processing and export stages. Santa Ynez Farm is not only famous for its sustainable farming practices, but also for the meticulous care given to each coffee tree. The Arabica plants here are carefully selected to yield beans with distinctive flavors and aromas. The fertile soils of Minas Gerais, combined with a perfect balance of sunlight and rainfall, create ideal conditions for growing high-quality coffee. Once the ideal land is found, Brazilian farmers begin the process of turning it into flourishing coffee plantations. The first step is to till the soil, flatten the terrain, and arrange the planting equipment. The main goal is to ensure the soil is loose, the spacing of the plants is adequate, and there is enough room for tractors to move easily during the care and harvest stages. In the nurseries, farmers meticulously select the best seeds, taken from healthy mother plants that are disease-resistant and have high yield potential. When the seeds are ready, they are sown into fertile soil. After 10 to 12 weeks, once the seedlings are large enough, they are transferred to polybags in preparation for planting in the fields. When the young plants reach 4 to 5 months old and the soil has been fully tilled, the planting process begins. Farmers use modern tractors to dig 15 centimeters deep holes, carefully placing each seedling in its designated spot with calculated spacing to ensure each plant has enough room to thrive. During the growth period, Brazilian farmers not only focus on fertilization, but also on protecting the plants from weeds and pests. Tractors and plows are used to clean the area around the base of each tree, improving soil structure and optimizing coffee plant growth. The trees are also regularly fertilized with both organic and chemical nutrients, maintaining soil fertility and maximizing yields. The use of lime is another essential step to balance the soil's pH, boosting coffee productivity by up to 40%. When the coffee trees are 3 to 4 years old, farmers prune the branches to prevent the plants from growing too tall, ensuring nutrients are directed toward fruit production. Damaged, dry, or erratic branches are also removed, allowing the tree to develop more robustly. This pruning is typically done 3 times a year, before the coffee blossom season. Arabica coffee trees can begin producing fruit in their 3rd year, with each tree yielding between half a kilogram to a kilogram of coffee beans. In modern farming, once 70% of the cherries are ripe, harvesting begins. Machines gently shake the trees, causing the ripe cherries to fall to the ground. However, this method can sometimes cause unripe cherries to fall, affecting the product's quality. Thus, some farmers still prefer the manual harvesting method, carefully selecting each ripe cherry to ensure the highest quality, even though this method requires more labor and time. The harvest season in Brazil runs from May to September each year. After harvesting, the coffee must go through drying and processing stages. This process accounts for 60% of the final coffee quality, with the remaining 40% dependent on post-harvest handling. One of the most crucial steps is separating the coffee bean from the cherry pulp. There are many processing methods, but the most common are the natural process and the honey process. The natural process, also known as the drying method, is the oldest coffee processing method. After the coffee cherries are selected, they are dried directly under the sun on ventilated surfaces, allowing for good air circulation and even drying. During this process, the skin and pulp remain attached to the bean, enabling natural fermentation, which creates a rich, diverse flavor. The honey process, in contrast, involves removing the pulp but leaving a sticky mucilage layer, referred to as honey. This layer adds natural sweetness to the bean, resulting in a unique flavor. After drying, these beans are packed into sacks and exported around the world, from processing plants to famous coffee shops. The green coffee beans are then meticulously sorted by size and quality. Only the best beans are selected for roasting. At Fazenda Santa Ines, the roasting process is an art form, combining science with experience. Each type of bean has its own roasting method to highlight its subtle flavor notes. From light to dark roasts, each cup of coffee offers a different flavor experience, catering to the diverse preferences of consumers. After roasting, the coffee beans are cooled and carefully packaged to preserve their freshness before being exported. Santa Ines has built a strong supply chain, ensuring that their coffee reaches consumers around the world with the highest quality. Brazil's main coffee markets include the United States, Europe, and Asia, where Brazilian coffee is beloved for its distinctive flavor and superior quality. In addition to traditional Arabica coffee, this region also produces specialty coffees such as bourbon coffee. Grown at ideal altitudes, bourbon coffee offers sweet, complex flavors with fruity and floral notes. Yellow bourbon coffee, a variation of bourbon, known for its distinctive yellow color and rich tropical fruit flavor. Catuai coffee. This variety produces small, round beans that yield a cup of coffee with a light sweetness and delicate aroma. Leaving Brazil behind, we will now explore the second-largest coffee exporting country in the world, Vietnam. With an export volume of approximately 1.7 million tons per year, Vietnam has consistently held its position as the second-largest producer, following Brazil. The history of coffee in Vietnam is tied to plantations established by the French in the late 19th century. Initially, Arabica coffee was grown in the northern regions, but later, Robusta became the dominant variety in the Central Highlands. With its rich, fertile basalt soil, the Central Highlands became the ideal land for coffee cultivation. The hot and humid climate also supports the growth of coffee. Today, Vietnam's Central Highlands are renowned worldwide for coffee, far surpassing the northern provinces. The coffee industry in Vietnam suffered significant disruptions during the war, but after peace was restored, it quickly rebounded. What makes Vietnamese coffee unique is its distinct flavor and texture compared to other countries, often brewed in unique styles like caffè gen, black coffee, caffè sua jai, iced milk coffee, or caffè trung, egg coffee, each representing a piece of Vietnam's cultural identity. Vietnam's Robusta coffee, although priced lower on the global market, contains twice as much caffeine as Arabica, giving it a stronger, more bitter taste. This has helped Vietnam become the world's largest producer of Robusta coffee. The world of coffee is vast, and every cup is a testament to the skill, passion, and effort of countless individuals. Whether you enjoy a morning espresso, a latte with friends, or a black coffee to kickstart your day, every cup tells a story, connecting people across countries, cultures, and time. Let's take a moment to appreciate the remarkable journey that every coffee bean takes, from farm to cup, connecting us in ways we might never have imagined.